One particularly interesting and perhaps even enigmatic feature, if we think about it a good bit, of Philip K. Dick's science fiction novel Ubik is the advertisements that begin each chapter. Are they there just to give a little bit of flavor, to do a bit of world building, a kind of common use of this sort of preparatory paragraph as we see in other works, both by Philip K. Dick and by other people, or is there something else going on? They, for the most part, have the same sort of structure and message that's being given, and they do cover a wide range of products. They're all essentially, except for, again, the last one, pitches. They're ways to say you should purchase, use, and rely upon this product, and they're all making a case for why it would be good for you to do that. So they're sort of standard advertising copy. And I figure what we do is go through them and talk about what common aspects they have and where the important differences lie, look at one key feature, and then we'll look at the final one, which is it an advertisement? If so, it's for something that probably doesn't need to be advertised in any way. So the very first one is about electric cars. He says, we're discounting all our silent electric Ubiks by this much money. How do we know it's about cars? We're throwing away the Blue Book, which is a document that's used for assessing the price of cars. The second one is about beer. The best way to ask for beer is to sing out Ubik, made from select hops, choice water, slow aged for perfect flavor. Ubik is the nation's #1 choice in beer, made only in Cleveland, right? We'll come back to that feature in just a moment. Chapter 3, the advertisement, is going to be for instant coffee. Instant Ubik has all the fresh flavor of just brewed drip coffee. Your husband will say, "Christ, Sally, I used to think your coffee was only so-so, but now, wow," right? The fourth one is going to be about salad dressing, and it's going to make a very funny set of claims in this one. Wild new Ubik salad dressing, not Italian, not French, but an entirely new and different taste treat that's waking up the world. Wake up to Ubik and be wild, right? In chapter 5, we finally get something that's not a foodstuff, or we might say, in some respect, luxury product, but something that's an actual medicine. We read, "Can't make the frog contest, Helen, stomach's upset, I'll fix you, Ubik. Ubik drops you back into the thick of things fast. Ubik speeds relief to head and stomach. Remember, Ubik is only seconds away." Now that's a little bit different. Ubik is only seconds away, right? Not relief is only seconds away. And there's this reference to a frog contest, something, a made-up term perhaps of this era. Chapter 6 is about razors. We wanted to give you a shave like no one you ever had. We said, now notice what he's going to incorporate here. We said it's about time a man's face got a little loving. We said with Ubik's self-winding Swiss chromium never-ending blade, the days of scrape are over. So try Ubik and be loved. So it's not just, tastes great, gets you around, makes you feel good. This will get you loved. And we're going to see, another one kind of like that a little bit later on. Chapter 7, perk up pouting household surfaces with new miracle Ubik, the easy-to-apply, extra shiny, non-stick plastic coating. Saves endless scrubbing, glides you right out of the kitchen. So a way to improve your home. Chapter 8 is going to take us in a kind of different direction as well. We find Ubik is also a bank. Ubik Savings and Loan. That's different. all of these other ones are products. There's a product being advertised here, right? An interest-only loan. If money worries have you in the cellar, go visit the lady at Ubik Savings and Loan. She'll take the frets out of your debts. Suppose, for example, you borrow 59 postcreds on an interest-only loan. Let's see, that adds up to, and then that's where the advertisement ends. So I think that's an important divergence there. Then we come back to products again with chapter 9, a very basic one. My hair is so dry, so unmanageable. What's a girl to do? Simply rub in Ubik hair conditioner. In just 5 days, you'll discover new body in your hair, new glossiness, and also Ubik hairspray. So we've got a mention of a kind of spray. Same with chapter 10, right? Which is, so we've got something for men, we've got something for women, then we have deodorant spray. Has perspiration odor taken you out of the swim? 10-day Ubik deodorant spray or Ubik roll-on ends worry of offending, brings you back to where the happening is, right? So that could be for men or for women, right? And it comes in spray or in roll-on versions, and it's good for 10 days. Now, that's pretty long time for a deodorant. In chapter 11, we have another kind of medicine. This time it's a soporific. Taken as directed, Ubik provides uninterrupted sleep without morning after grogginess. You awaken fresh, ready to tackle all those little annoying problems facing you, right? So again, something that will improve your life. Then chapter 12, we read, we have a breakfast item. We're going to see another breakfast item later. This is something perhaps like a Pop-Tart. Pop tasty Ubik into your toaster, made only from fresh fruit and healthful all-vegetable shortening. Ubik makes breakfast a feast. Put zing in your thing, right? So you should start the day with Ubik breakfast stuff, maybe with some Ubik instant coffee as well. Chapter 13, we come again to beauty products. Lift your arms and be all at once curvier. New extra gentle Ubik bra and long line Ubik special bra mean lift your arms and be all at once curvier. So repetition there, right? Supplies firm, relaxing support to bosom all day long when fitted. So now we've got, deodorant, we've got razors, we've got hair conditioner, we've got bras, a lot of things about, beauty supplies. Then we come back to the kitchen again. It takes more than a bag to seal in food flavor. It takes Ubik plastic wrap. Actually 4 layers in one. Keeps freshness in, air and moisture out. So kind of going along with the plastic coating there. Once again, we come back to the body, sort of like the deodorant spray in chapter 15, but now it's for your mouth and your breath. Could it be that I have bad breath, Tom? Well, Ed, if you're worried about that, try today's new Ubik with powerful germicidal foaming action, right? So there's that. And then finally, chapter 16, breakfast time again. We read, wake up it to a hearty, lip-smacking bowl full of nutritious, nourishing Ubik toasted flakes, the adult cereal that's more crunchy, more tasty, more mmm-ish. Ubik breakfast cereal, the whole bowl tastes treat, right? So we've got all these interesting products, and if Ubik is supposed to mean ubiquitous or ubiquity, being everywhere, well, this certainly does cover an awful lot of our life. We've got transportation, we got foodstuffs, we got the body, we have a few other things extending to like medicine, loans. So, this is a lot of the aspects of human life. Does it cover everything? No, but the implication is for every problem, there is an Ubik waiting to be used if you know how to do it. Now, this leads to another very interesting aspect. In not all of these, but many of these, there's cautions that are being given. So let's look at the number 16. do not exceed recommended portion at any one meal. Why? Because the implication is it would be unsafe. We see a lot of these saying safe to use as directed in the right amount. So you can't use too much of the Ubik. You can't use it in incorrect ways because you'll screw yourself up if you do that. But Ubik is perfectly safe to use in the advertisements when you're using it the way it was intended to be used. Isn't that an interesting thing? We don't see that in Chapter 1. We don't see that in Chapter 2. And I do want to point out that in Chapter 2, saying that it's only made in Cleveland, that's an interesting deviation from the rest of these, which don't list places like that, and they don't talk about exclusivity in that way. Now, we come finally to the very last chapter of the work, and this one reads very, very differently, and this is a very short chapter after it seems like everything has been resolved, but it's going to raise further puzzles. So, here's how it runs. I am Ubik. Before the universe was, I am. I made the suns. I made the worlds. I created the lives and the places they inhabit. I move them here. I put them there. They go as I say. They do as I tell them. I am the word, and my name is never spoken, the name which no one knows. I am called Ubik, but that is not my name. I am. I shall always be. Which gives you the idea that Ubik is God, or Ubik is the Tao, or Ubik is whatever it is that is most metaphysically real, that is the highest divine. That is what Ubik, which is not its real name, actually is. So then how can it also be all of these products at the same time? Well, these are manifestations of Ubik, perhaps, sort of limitations of it, which still have the purpose of making our human lives better, a sort of universal beneficence, right? Provided we don't misuse it, we don't take more than directed. We have the, for example, brassiere fitted as directed. Right? So long as we use it within the right limits, we've got this Ubik lurking behind the scene. So that's a very interesting feature. It's not entirely clear what Dick is doing with all of this stuff, but it certainly is suggestive, is it not?